All over the world, Indigenous peoples are creating unique educational curriculums founded on traditional knowledge systems, Indigenous epistemologies, and a deep and ancient understanding of the essence of life and learning. Indigenous educators are being asked to become designers of their own curriculum that will lead to the transformation and empowerment of themselves, their students, and their communities. Through the use of an educational tool called the Zayas model, adapted by Indigenous educator Dr. Gregory Cajete, teachers are developing culturally responsive curriculums that are based on important cultural components they wish to pass on to the next generation. From the Pueblos of the Southwest to the Masters of the Plains, from the Great Iroquois Confederacy of the North and the Condor peoples of the South, this tool helps us empower ourselves to do more of what we want to do: live, learn, and share our Indigenous existence.
I'm of the notion that, just as we create curriculums for schools and for educational purposes, that we also intuitively create curriculums for ourselves. The curriculum of self for Indigenous people, ideally it connects to the curriculum of culture. That then connects to the curriculum of life. I use the Western word curriculum, but it's really the circle of life. It's the sacred wheel. You can think of it in those terms from an Indigenous perspective. The art of a teacher is really to master the process of teaching. It has to do with, what is your vision? What do you aim to do? What do you want to do with your curriculum? That's why it works so well. Once people overcome their fear, they come to know that they can be creators. It is ultimately a creative process to create a curriculum. Different Indigenous scholars use different kinds of methods to create space within existing infrastructures, to voice the Indigenous experience, to voice the Indigenous presence and Indigenous issues, to explore what it is to be Indigenous. So now, that space has been open, and so the question is, okay, so what do you do with it? But I think we're moving into a new stage where the next generation has to address the question, okay, so what do we do with this space that has been opened up? What is the question of this day, this time? So for me, the new frontier is what now can we do to help Indigenous communities become more who they are and to be empowered to do what they feel they need to do, to strengthen their communities, to address their challenges and the issues within communities. Ultimately, we have to do it ourselves, through ourselves and through our own mechanisms. That's the only way to heal ourselves. It's very much a communal healing process, to engage in this kind of work so that we become healthier, so that we can, convey this sense of community into the next generations. And with the community, we convey, our culture, our identity, and remain who we are. So it's a reciprocal process, you see. It has never been to create a pipeline of Indigenous people into higher education. It's never been about that. It's been about how do we create a space, bring Indigenous people into that space, help them navigate that space, help them understand, and the tools that are part of that space in a way that they can use those tools, when they go back to community to assist communities. This is what I call the Indigenous mind rising. It's happening among Indigenous people all over the world. This is one tool, among many, I should say, that can be used in this transformative way, in this new vision, that's being forged as we speak.